Hi, I'm David Gardner. I'm the District Commissioner for Long Cane, and with me on the call today, we've got Ben Rosenberger, our DE. Hey, Ben, thanks for joining us. Ben and I just wanted to make a short little video and reach out to the district, kind of give you some updates as to what we've been doing and how things are going. One thing that we're kind of excited about is a goofy little thing that we're going to try to do for the Cubs, and the idea is to have a pumpkin carving contest. So we're running up onto Halloween here very soon, and so between now and Halloween, the idea is really to go through and bring your Cubs together. It can be on a regular meeting night, or maybe you have a special event where you do this, but get some pumpkins. And we're going to have a couple of different options for the kids. So for the younger kids who aren't able to hold knives, they can just decorate a pumpkin, which involves no cutting. And so it can be crafty, it can be paper, it can be painting, whatever it is. But have some kids decorate a pumpkin. If you want to do it per kid, that's fine. If you want to do it as like a kind of a den project, that's fine too. And we want to get some pictures of that, and then we want to share those pictures of those pumpkins. And we're going to share them on the district Facebook site. So we'll have a division where you're just decorating the pumpkins, and then we're going to have a division where we're carving the pumpkins. And so if it's a carving of a pumpkin at that point, now you have the kids who are old enough and have gone through and earned the whittling chips, so that way they can appropriately use a knife. And if they're carving a pumpkin, then please don't also decorate it. So either it's decorated with paint and whatever, or it's carved, but not both. And so that way the kids can have a chance to do some carving. And again, on the carving side, it can be either individual or it could be as a den if you wanted to do that. And so the idea is that we will then, to help promote scouting, what we'll do is we will put some of these pictures up onto the Facebook, onto our district Facebook page, and then we will kind of blast that out, some of those pictures. Hey, which one is the best? And we'll see who is the best, and we'll try to wrangle up some prizes for these kids. But we want to make sure that in order to be able to have this kind of tie-in with Halloween, that we would need the pictures sent into the district really by Wednesday, October 28th is when we're going to need those pictures sent in. And so that way we can have a couple of days as we lead into Halloween where we're really kind of, hey, jack-o'-lanterns kind of stuff. So that would be a great way to help promote the Cub Scouting in the district and help us with our recruiting efforts. With that, I wanted to kind of turn it over to Ben. And how is recruiting going?
Yeah, so in Long Cane, we have recruited several new families over the past couple months. Many of you have been involved in those recruiting events. I couldn't be happier with the volunteer turnout that we've had at each of them in each of the different respective areas, catering to every single one of the units, the Cub Scout units that are currently recruiting this fall. Unfortunately, while we've had a great turnout of volunteers and we've been able to get out over 7,000 flyers to the youth in the communities, we've had a very little turnaround. We've had very few families actually join. That being said, the Blue Ridge Council is currently in the top 30% of councils nationally as far as recruiting numbers are concerned, but we're only at 10% of what we had recruited last year at this time. We believe the majority of this has to do with parents' concerns regarding COVID. But as you guys know, we're doing our best during our meetings and outings to take those COVID precautions. So there is a way to communicate that we are taking this seriously. One thing that I did want you to be aware of is I'm currently in the process of getting some kind of friend-to-friend cards printed up for each of the units that wish to see some more scouts join. We hope to have those to you guys in the next few weeks, and that'll be an opportunity for your youth to pass out a card, and you guys can individually fill in the date of what you're inviting them to, the time of what you're inviting them to, the location of where you're inviting them to, and any other little bits of information on there. So it'll just be an easy way for friends, whether they're in elementary school or high school, to say, hey, here's a card, I'd love to have you come to this event, and hopefully encourage some recruitment from our peers. So hopefully we'll have a good turnout from this. Just so you guys are aware, we're now encouraging units to look at it rather from a big group get together from a bunch of different units in recruiting to more of an individual open house type setting. I know Troop 53 already has one scheduled for early November. So these cards will be an opportunity for you guys to get your youth to invite others to join your open houses.
So to ask a question then, with these open house events, right, with these youth to youth cards that you're hoping to do. So at this point, it would be helpful if the unit were to, like, it's going to be a regular meeting night for a unit. It's going to, and say, hey, come visit us at our unit. But maybe they want to try to make sure that whatever activity they have planned for when they're inviting people, that maybe that activity is a little bit more fun, or recognize that you may have you're going to try to on purpose bring visitors to one of your meetings. Am I understanding the intent of this? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
Excellent.
The goal is to give them a taste of scouting, but we also want to make sure that it's engaging and enjoyable. I am encouraging units to try to have a snack or something if they can, single serve stuff most likely, whatever you're comfortable with, to just make sure that the scouts do have a good time. They're not just sitting there hearing about the upcoming trip. They're not just sitting there reading through the scout book, although it is a vast plethora of great information. We want to make sure that these open houses are engaging and something that's going to make the scouts
invite them in and show them a good time.
Mm-hmm.
Fantastic. Yep. Absolutely. That sounds good. And you think that those cards will be available in the next couple of weeks? Is that correct?
Yeah, the goal is to have them by our November roundtable. So hopefully we can get them ordered in the next few days, and we can get them distributed at that November roundtable.
Sounds good. And the November roundtable, as our tradition is always the first Thursday of every month. And so it would be Thursday, November 5th, and the roundtables happen at 6:30. And so the next one will be held at First Pres. And so that's kind of where we had been having roundtables for much of the last year until the COVID hit. And so that's going to be the next roundtable. So hopefully we'll have those cards, and we would love to be able to share these cards with you. And that way, we can encourage you to continue to recruit those kids into your units. Like we said, we've done an admirable job with what we've had to work with, and the council has done. Nationally, we've done apparently pretty well, although in actual numbers, it's been rough. And so anything we can do to continue to grow our numbers is what we need to be working on. So, all right. Anything else? Any other last words of wisdom that you want to share out with the rest of the district?
Other than thank you guys so much for your continued support of scouting, for your continued commitment to your scouts. Thank you for doing your best to get your units back to meeting regularly and give them some semblance of normal that they've all been missing.
All right, sounds good. Well, thank you for watching this video, and hopefully we see you very soon at the roundtable, or reach out and contact Ben or I if you have any questions or concerns. Thank you very much for watching.